Last week I said the following. Now, in this video, I'm not trying to get into the debate over whether or not you should try actively learning more than one language at once. Well, now I am. In this week's video, I'd like to offer my perspective on whether or not it's wise to attempt learning two or more languages simultaneously. There are lots of videos out there about this subject, but as usual, I'll try to present a somewhat unique take. So, in short, my answer is no. It is not wise. This may be an unpopular opinion, but frankly, I don't care. For most people, in most instances, they should not try to learn more than one language at once. That's not to say it can't be done, or that it's even my personal approach, but it is, I think, a reality of the situation. Now, why do I say that? After all, I'm basically studying 4 languages simultaneously, and 4 related languages on top of that, which, as explained in the last video, can lead to interference. But I'm also a linguistics student currently studying typology, a field that seeks to classify languages according to shared structural features, and as such, I study them comparatively. I recognize that with what I'm doing now, I'll never reach full proficiency in my languages, but that's okay. I'm content with achieving a high intermediate to low advanced level, so long as I supplement that with a deeper understanding of how the Romance languages evolved and now operate. I may be a passionate language learner, but I'm also a humanities major. Most people are not in this position. Most people want to learn a language to travel, to connect with new people, or just for fun. And my advice to someone new to this hobby who is perhaps torn between different languages that have piqued his or her interest is to choose only one. No, you can't have both right now. Prioritize quality over quantity in your language learning. After all, becoming a polyglot for the sake of becoming a polyglot should never be your primary motivation. Honestly, the more time I spend in this community online and the more I mature as a learner, the more impressed I am with channels like Matt vs Japan or Welia Tom, who have learned Japanese and Italian respectively to a very high degree, than I am by view grabbers like Wouter Corduvener, who knows like 30 languages at comparatively low levels. If I were not a linguistics student, I would easily give up my wide range of somewhat shallow knowledge across several languages to be fully proficient in just one, besides English, that is. Absolutely. And that's why I'm so envious of simultaneously bilingual children. Just by dint of their upbringing, they can already speak 2 languages to a degree that most adults will never achieve. Alright, now back to the topic. You see, language learning, as with most long-term skills, is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And as with marathons, a great deal of training and exercise must go into it. If you're serious about acquiring a second language to an advanced level, you've got to be all in for the long run, pun intended, sustained by persistent motivation and discipline every day. No matter the language, this isn't something you will achieve in a week, a month, or even a year. The brain just doesn't work like that. I mean, it takes babies at least 12 months to start producing even comprehensible utterances, and they are totally immersed in the target language. By dividing your time, energy, and focus between languages, even if they're unrelated so interference isn't a concern, you're far less likely to achieve your desired proficiency, particularly if this is your first go at language learning. Look, maybe the pros like Luca can handle it, but for your average learner, not so much. Remember, don't bite off more than you can chew. And so, in summary, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm also not here to provide some wishy-washy mamby-pamby answer on this important subject. My position is that in most cases, you're better off learning only one additional language at a time and getting it to as high a level as you can before starting a new one. I know how tempting it can be to look over your shoulder at another language, especially as the novelty of the first wears off. But trust me, it's not a good long-term approach. Alright, that's all for today. Please give this video a like if you got something out of it. And let me know in the comments section if you've tried learning 2 languages simultaneously and how that went. Also, what would you like for me to discuss next? Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. And as always, thank you so much for watching.